Hello friends, welcome to another episode number 99 of AONIM, AONIM, Appreciation of North Indian Music, with your host, Shankar. Thank you for joining and continuing to support this channel. Over the last few weeks, we have delved into some of the most popular rag that are based on Kamaj That, and the rich heritage of various Sitar Gharanas. Last week, we explored Indore Gharana and we talked about the mesmerizing rag Kalavati. Today, we will talk about another fascinating Sitar Gharana known as Jaipur Gharana. We will also discuss Raga Jansammohini, also known as Rag Kalashree, which closely resembles Rag Kalavati, and we talked about it last week, right? So just stay tuned. Welcome back, friends. As I mentioned earlier, we'll start our discussion with the Jaipur Gharana of Sitar and then continue with Rag Kalashree, which is also known as Raga Jansammohini. Before diving into the Jaipur Gharana, I would like to note that the artists and the fans of each Gharana take great pride in their traditions. So much so that they sometimes exaggerate stories and stray from the facts. For instance, you might find that each Gharana claims to be the oldest and each Gharana claims to be the best, which is not possible. You know what? I'm going to shift focus away from the history of the Gharanas. I'm sure you have heard the phrase, history is written by the victors. In our context, the most popular artist, who is also the victor, shapes the historical narrative according to their perspective and interests. Their students and fans often follow these narratives blindly. In the past, there was no scientific method for documenting history. The scientific approach requires proof or evidence backed by repeated experiments, which was not the norm back then. Things have been changing, and this is why Gharanas are slowly disappearing. The boundary line is slowly getting erased. Today's artists are eager to learn from more than one guru, and modern media like TV, radio, and internet has made it even easier to learn different techniques. Despite this, it is still important to know a bit about all the Gharanas that existed and the techniques that they developed. Well, again, there is a claim that Jaipur Gharana of Sitar is the oldest Gharana. While this could be true, as I mentioned earlier, I won't delve into the history. Instead, let's focus on the unique techniques of this particular Gharana and most notable artists, both past and present. The sitar of Jaipur Gharana is made of 7 strings. The shadaj or sa string is the main string, accompanied by the mantra or kharaj pancham per string, and there is this chakari or high-pitched string for continuous strokes during jod. The technique for playing sitar originated from Vichitra Veena and were adopted later on for sitar. The preferred tals for most composition in Jaipur Gharana are teen tal, jap tal, and ek tal. The ragas that this gharana specializes in include Miya Ki Todi, Desi, Asavari, Sarang, Bhimpalasi, Multani, Puriya, Kedar, Yaman, Jai Jaivanti, Darbari, Malkams, Bageshri, Miya Malhar, and of course, Gaud Malhar. A typical performance begins with alap followed by a bandish. The bandishes from the vocal Jaipur Gharana were adapted for the sitar also, and the combination of vocal and instrumental techniques developed by major players gives the Jaipur Gharana the distinct sound. Notably, there is no jod part played by Jaipur Gharana artists. Some prominent names from Jaipur Gharana include Masid Khan, Rahim Sen, Amrit Sen, Dulha Khan, Amir Khan, Barkat Ali Khan or Barkatullah Khan, Ashik Ali Khan, Hafiz Khan, Haider Hussain Khan, Muhammad Baks, and Pandit Debu Chaudhuri. I have included a link to an interview with Pandit Debu Chaudhuri's grandson, Adhiraj Chaudhuri, who started performing at the age of 6. This interview, recorded in 2022 when he was just 14 years old, is in Hindi. So please turn on the English subtitles if needed. The interview with Adhiraj Chaudhuri is listed in the description area of this episode. By the way, Jaipur Gharana is considered as a branch of the Senia Gharana. It also uses 17 fret sitar and follows the Masid Khani Gat of bandishes. Let us now talk about Raga Jansammohini or Raga Kalashree. All the songs that we identified in the previous episode on Raga Kalavati actually fit better with Raga Jansammohini. Another one. Koi sagar dil ko bahlata nahi. Another one that I didn't mention last week. आजा रे मेरे प्यार की राही हाय रे वो दिन क्यों ना कभी तो मिलोगे जीवन साथी. So here are Aroha and Avroha of Raga Jansammohini or Raga Kalashree. Sare ga pada ni sa, and Avroha sa ni da pa ga pa ga re ni re sa, and the pakad is ni sa ga ga pa re ni re sa. Basically adding Rishabh to Aroha and Avroha of Raga Kalavati turns it into Raga Jansammohini. Kalavati, as you know, is an Audav Jati Rag. With addition of Re, Jansammohini becomes Shadav Rag. 6 notes. Some scholars suggest that Re should be omitted in Aroha. Thus, it would make it Audav Shadav Rag. As far as I know, the name Jansammohini is not as popular since most music lovers and website identify this rag as Raga Kalavati. But now you know a tiny difference between these two ragas. Let me sing Aroha and Avroha of both these rags, starting with Rag Kalavati. Sa ga pa da ni sa, sa ni da pa ga pa ga sa. There is no re in Rag Kalavati, and this is how it will change the mood, it will change the overall atmosphere. Here is Raga Janasammohini or Raga Kalashree. Sa re ga pa dha ni sa, and according to some scholars, sa ga pa da ni sa. So it still is Kalavati, according to some. And here is how in Avro, Raga Jansammohini sounds different from Raga Kalashree. Sa ni da pa ga re, ga re ni dha sa. The Vadi swar or the dominant note is Pancham Pa, and Samvadi is, Samvadi of course you know, is the second most important note is Shadaj. Rishabh is also a very important note. This rag has its origin in Carnatic music, and it was Pandit Ravi Shankar who introduced this rag to North Indian music. The time of performance prescribed by scholars is the first period of the night, between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. And now it's time for a demo song or a demo ghazal. I have picked a very nice ghazal by a very popular poet, Hastimal Hasti. I hope you all like it. जो मोहब्बत की रोशनी नहीं होती, दिल में जो मोहब्बत की रोशनी नहीं होती, इतनी खूबसूरत ये जिंदगी नहीं होती, दिल में जो मोहब्बत की रोशनी नहीं होती। दोस्तों पे करम करना और हिसाब भी रखना, दोस्तों पे करम करना और हिसाब भी रखना, कारोबार होता है ये दोस्ती नहीं होती, कारोबार होता है ये दोस्ती नहीं होती। खुद
बन के चल, वक्त के अंधेरे में खुद चराग बन के चल, वक्त के अंधेरे में भीग के उजालों से रोशनी नहीं होती, भीग के उजालों से रोशनी नहीं होती। शायरी है सरमाया खुश नसीब लोगों का, शायरी है सरमाया खुश नसीब लोगों का। बांस की हर एक टहनी बांसुरी नहीं होती, बांस के हर एक टहनी बांसुरी नहीं होती। खेल जिंदगी के तुम खेलते रहो यारो, खेल जिंदगी के तुम खेलते रहो यारो। हार जीत कोई भी आखिरी नहीं होती, हार जीत कोई भी आखिरी नहीं होती। दिल में जो मोहब्बत की रोशनी नहीं होती,
Hope you enjoyed the words of the beautiful ghazal by poet Hastimal Hasti and the composition that was in Raga Jansammohini. It is time, my friends, to move on to our weekly A Song a Day list. So, for a change, let us begin with instrumental music. We will begin with Milind Kulkarni performing Raga Jansammohini on harmonium. He is accompanied on Tabla by Satyjit Talwalkar. Next, number 2, we have Pandit Ronu Majumdar performing Raga Jansammohini, followed by number 3, and the final instrumental section. Let us listen to the person who brought or who introduced Raga Jansammohini to the ears of North Indian music, Pandit Ravi Shankar. Number 4, now let's begin with the vocal section with Pandit Vasantrao Deshpande. Number 5, I have Ustad Amir Khan performing the same Raga Jansammohini. And number 6, finally, we have Ustad Rashid Khan performing Raga Jansammohini. By the way, friends, if you don't know this list, A Song a Day list, is also available in the description area right below this video. Well, that wraps up this episode on Jaipur Gharana of Sitar and Raga Jansammohini. Next week, we will end our discussion on Khamaj Third Rag, and we will also end the season. I will be gone for a few weeks, just like last year. I took a break for a couple of months to prepare and work on the next season. I'll be working on that, as well as I'll be working on a couple of books on appreciation of North Indian music. These books will be available on Amazon and many other locations. So just stay tuned. We'll talk about a very controversial rag next week. So don't forget to tune in. So until next week, listen to lots of meaningful, beautiful, and peaceful music, and stay safe. See you next week with another episode number 100 on AONIM. Take care. Bye.